Good morning, my beautiful students. How are you today? I hope that you are pretty fine. Okay, let's start with the topics that we have for the class of today or today's class, okay? All the class is going to be in English because remember that we need to be practicing our language almost all the time. And that's the reason why it is important that you can be listening and listening as much as you can the language. Well, let's try that this class can be a kind of dynamic, but yes, indeed, it is important that you learn all these topics that are going to be in a higher level. Maybe you already know some of them, maybe not, but it's okay. We are going to start, okay? Let me show you this. Let's start with our presentation. It is super important for me that we can start with this because I have a lot of things that I do really like to, I would like to teach you. There are different topics, different activities. Every time that I look at my book, I say, oh my goodness, I don't really want to teach this. Oh my goodness, I already want to teach this. And so on. So let's start with our class. First of all, welcome one more time. It's a pleasure to have you here. I hope that you are having a great week, a great day. Remember, if you have any kind of question, please let me know. Send me a message, send me an audio, send me a mail, write on the platform. Promise that I'm going to be in contact with you. Sometimes it's a kind of difficult for me because I'm recording the videos or I'm giving some classes or something related with that, but I promise that I'm going to be answering. Well, let me ask you, how do you feel today? How are you? What's new? Something new that you would like to tell me? Okay, I hope that we have the opportunity in our Zoom class, okay? But you don't need to wait to our Zoom class. You can get in contact with me. Well, let's start. Let me show you something. Today we are going to be practicing. Yes, indeed, we are going to be learning new topics, but also we are going to be practicing with some exercises that I have for you. Okay, so we are going to have this listening activity that is going to be super useful. Okay, let's click on that and I'm going to explain you what you are going to be doing. This is going to be overall for, here it is. Very good. This is going to be overall your listening skills, okay? It is super important that you can be practicing your listening, okay? But sometimes, yes, indeed, it is going to be not only listening what the teacher is saying, but also when you are paying a lot of attention in something that is specific like this. This is going to be a song, Marshmallow, Birds, Feet, Bastille, Happier. I don't even know them, but I know the song. Let me explain you something. When you are going to be practicing listening, it's not only, yes, I'm going to listen. No, hearing and listening are going to be pretty different because hearing is when you are listening to the sounds like in a normal process, in a normal way, no? When you are going to be listening to something, is because you are going to be paying a lot when you are going to paying a lot of attention of what you to what you are listening. It's like paying all your attention, all your sense on that activity. That's why I am showing you this activity. What are we going to do? It is super duper easy. Okay, we are going to listen to the song And then we are going to be completing the lyrics with this. Oh, happier, exactly. It is accepted. Okay. This is, I'm going to use a volume. Okay. Well, we are going to be listening to the song, okay? I don't know why here in my computer I got the translation of this. Well, this is not good, okay? This is example. Maybe it's my computer, but it's okay. We are going to try to take out the subtitles, okay? We are going to be listening to the song and we are going to be trying to get the correct one just without reading the lyrics, okay? You cannot read the lyric. We are going to be just listening and completing, selecting with the correct word. And at the end, you are going to be checking. If you want to send me your answers, that's okay. If you want to check your answers, that's okay. The main the main point of this activity is that you can be practicing your listening, okay, in a significant way. When you finish this activity, it is important that if you have the opportunity, you can be singing it in order that you can be practice the pronunciation of the words. Okay, this is going to be American. Okay, let's say goodbye to this. And let's continue with the activity that we are going to be having. That was the first one, okay? The first listening activity that we are going to be having. Also, after this, we are going to continue with, you know what? The series of TV. No, I'm sorry. We are going to be practicing one more time with another song that I have for you, okay? Let me share with you what is it going to be. Okay. Here it is, come with me. Okay, this is going to be a kind of different one because you are going to be listening to the song, but also it is important that you can be reading the words and you can write the words on the lines. For example, if you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll say I don't know, I'll say the word to find you, the world. I cannot write to say the world. To find you, if you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can see, I'll be the one to guide you. Teacher, do you know the song? No, but I believe that because of the context, those are going to be the words. Okay, so this is going to be a kind of different because remember the first one, you are going to be selecting the correct one, okay? Without reading the lyrics. And then the second one, you are going to be indeed playing the song, but also you need to try to listen to the correct word and then... ¿Se escucha? No, okay. You are going to be, it's okay. You are going to be writing now the word that you are going to be listening. You can use these words as a guide, but I do really recommend that only listen to the song. And after that, oh, I don't know why I cannot listen to this song. Okay, maybe it's because of this, but if you cannot open it, you can copy the link and open the song in another place and come back to your exercises and complete it. Well, those are the first activities that we are going to be having. Those are super important because they, as I told you, they are going to be helping you with your listening skills. Well, my beautiful students, let's continue with this. two listening activities that are going to be super useful for you, because as I was telling you, it's not only, yes, I'm going to listen, yes, I'm doing something else and I'm paying attention to the TV. No, 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 no. In this case, in order to develop our listening skills, we need to focus our attention in the activities that we are going to be doing in order to check pronunciation, the fluency, in order to get the correct words and so on. We are going to be trying to follow this kind of exercises in order to continue developing these skills, okay? And you let me know at the end your results. How many points you are going to be getting? Hey, very good. So let me show you something. This is another great opportunity that we are going to be having to predict. Okay, what is it going to happen? Oh, let me stop this. When you are going to be predicting is when you are going to be guessing what it is going to be happening. In this case, in this activity, I'm not going to show the video to you in this moment because it is going to be like a surprise, okay? So you need to watch this video. You are not going to be listening to anything because this video doesn't have sounds, a lyric or something related to that, but it is super good for you in order that you can be inferring about what you are going to be having. So I do really recommend that you start watching the video and stop every 2 minutes in order to infer and comment what is going to be happening. Obviously, if you don't have someone next to you to comment what you are going to be watching, it's only for yourself. You can practice your writing skills with this exercise. Oh, I believe that this is going to be happening. It will happen this. It is going to happen this. Or only by speaking, okay? Oh, I believe this. It is going to close, he's going to close the door because, and you are going to be practicing future tenses, okay? This is for prediction and also in order that you feel relaxed. Well, let's continue with this. I'm going to give you also this link that is going to be helping you to work with your listening skills. It is going to be a kind of different because it is on YouTube, but it is not going to be a song where you have to be completing. No, it is going to be a general video related to the power of stories where you are going to be listening like a kind of postcard, if I can say it in that way, where a guy is going to be talking about exactly the power of stories, but it is going to be in a normal speed, okay? So I believe that it is going to be pretty helpful for you in order to practice your listening. It is going to be like a real video without pedagogical purposes. It's for general public, okay? So that's the reason why it is important for you that you can listen and watch, listen to and watch this video. Well, let's continue, my beautiful students. I remember that the last class we were practicing speaking, but also we are going to continue with our speaking part 2. And I'm going to ask you some questions and I'm going to give you some seconds in order that you can answer to these ones. Hi, we are going to be talking about life. Life, yes. And the first question that I need to ask you, okay? But please, 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 if you are watching this video alone, please take the time to answer to these questions all the time that it is necessary because you are going to be practicing speaking. But also, let me tell you something. You can answer to these questions on your notebook, and in that way you are going to be practicing writing also. Are you ready? Very good. Let's start with the first question that I have for you. Okay, here we go. What is the meaning of life? Tell me, what do you think about this question? What is the meaning of life? The first one. Hey, what is the meaning of life? What can you tell me about that? No, I don't know. No, yes. Try to talk. Try to, you can invent if you don't know what to answer, but try to answer. What is the meaning of life? Because it is pretty easy if I ask you, oh, what's your favorite food? What are your favorite animals? Oh, you are going to be having short answers like dolphins, dogs. No, we need to practice with higher, in a higher level. And these questions are for a higher level, the level that you have, the level in which you are. That's the reason why I'm asking you this. What is the meaning of life? Tell me. Ready? Okay, very good. Let me ask you another question. How is your life going up to this point? How is your life to this point? Is that okay? Is going up in a very good way, in a bad way? What can you tell me? How is your life going up in this point? Ready? Let me ask you another question. What do you think happens after life? What do you think it happens after life? You can do it. Ready? What important life lessons have you learned? What important life lessons have you learned? Tell me, what important life lessons have you learned? Okay, and finally, if tomorrow was your last day to live, what would you do? If tomorrow was your last day to live, what could you do? Tell me. Okay. Very good. It is important. Well, I'm not going to tell you, it is important that you be aware of this kind of answers. Well, if they are super deep, I'm sorry, but I believe that we can be practicing with this kind of questions in order to say, oh my goodness, I don't really want to answer, but there are a lot of things that I want to say, but my vocabulary. That's the reason why we are practicing with these kind of questions, because these questions are going to be helping us to think in English, okay? To use another kind of vocabulary, another kind of grammatical structures. That's the reason why we are practicing with this. Hey, bravo! Congratulations. Okay. After suffering with this, let's continue with this teacher. What are we going to be learning today in this moment? Oh, let me tell you. Do you remember that the last class we were talking about will and going to? Yes, I know that you maybe are saying, yes, teacher, we already know it. Well, remember that we were practicing the differences that we were going to be having with going to versus will. But also, we were talking about future continuous. I will be singing tomorrow in the party. It is something sure that will be happening in a certain point of the future. Okay, we were talking about the different ways that we can be using the future tense continue. That's the reason why, first of all, we had a general review versus will versus going to, in order to start with future continuous. Hey, okay, after that, well, we were giving some examples about future continuous. That is, we are going to be using these topic or tense in actions with some actions that are progressing at the same time in the future. I mean, two actions that are happening in the future at the same time, for interrupted actions or parallel actions, in order to emphasize future plans, describing an atmosphere. If you are going to be asking some questions in a polite way, in order to express parallel actions, and so on, no? And we were talking about where future continuous is located. We have different continuous tenses. In this case, we were touching only past progressive, present progressive, and future progressive or continuous, no? Past continuous, present continuous, and future continuous. We are not going to be stopping here. We are going to be having extra information about different tenses because we are going to be learning, for example, past in the future. Past in the future, how can I mix those tenses? Well, let me tell you that it is going to be possible. Everything is going to be possible. Okay, I wanted to show you this because it is going to be a kind of important. I was looking for information in English that, yes, indeed, we have it. But I wanted to help you with this infography that maybe it is going to be useful, no? Where we are going to be using will and won't, when we are going to be using going to, but the most important thing that we are going to be having is this: present continuous in order to talk about future. Present continuous in order to talk about future. Yes, indeed. Let me tell you that this is going to be pretty important because you are going to be, first of all, using it a lot. Secondly, listening a lot. These are kind of topics that we are going to be having. Future, the future tenses are going to be having different structures, but the situation in this moment is that the present continuous or present progressive, it is going to be also future. How we are going to be using this? Let me show you some examples here. Okay. As I was telling you, we are going to be talking in future, but we are going to be having different kind of futures. We are not going to stop only with will, going to, will be, doing. No, we are going to be making use of past topics or other tenses that we already know in order to talk about future. As I was telling you, present continuous. This is in Spanish. Because it is going to be like a help for you, okay? But let me show you this. In few words, we are going to start talking about present continuous. This is going to be one of the most important topics that we are going to be touching today, okay? So when we are going to be using present continuous in order to talk in future, okay, one of the most important things that you need to know is that present continuous is going to be used as future when you have something organized or in a program, no? We are going to be using present continuous with some movement verbs, okay? We are not going to be using this when you are going to be talking about situations that are not under control of people. Example, we are traveling to Madrid on the 2nd June, 22nd June. I'm getting a new car, okay. It is also decided, okay? Going to, for example, it is going to rain. If I say it is raining, it's something that is happening. You can get confused between this. It is going to rain in the future. It is raining. It's something that is happening. But in this case, as I was telling you, we are going to be using this present continuous in order to talk about a future, but we are going to be having some situations, okay, where we are going to be making use of present continuous with future meanings. Here you have an example. What are you doing after school? Oh, after school, Juanito, I'm buying tickets for Saturday's match. Oh, what are you doing after school in 2 hours? Oh, in 2 hours, I'm buying tickets for Saturday match. How could it be possible? It's supposed that present continuous is going to be for something that is happening in this right moment. No? So what's going on here? Let me explain you. Let me explain you this. We are going to be making use of present continuous also when you are going to be talking in future, but when you are going to be talking or expressing or mentioning some situations, some plans that are already arranged in the near future, as you can see here under the examples. We use the present continuous in order to talk about fixed arrangements in the near future. Okay, it is something that is decided. It is when you have all the tools, all the things in order to get that situation. No, for example, present continuous, it's going to be for arrangements. For arrangements, okay? Number one, some examples about this. Present continuous with future meaning. First of all, when you are talking about what you have already arranged to, okay, this is the point. This is the main idea. This is everything here. What you have already arranged to, okay, something that is decided. You have already the ticket, your clothes, the money, the hotel reservation, and so on, in order to take those vacations, okay, or that vacation. It is when you have already arranged something. You are going to be using here present continuous, okay? For example, what are you doing tomorrow evening? I'm going to the theater. If you are going to use present continuous and if you are going to answer like this, is because you already have the tickets, okay? You have everything. It is something that is arranged, something that indeed is going to be happening. It is something where you already have everything related to that, okay? I'm buying a new car next week. Oh, if I say I'm buying a new car next week, is because I already have the money, I already have the appointment, I already called the person who is going to be selling me that car. It's because I have everything in order that that could be happening, okay? So, dice, are you playing football tomorrow? Yes, but Tom isn't playing. He has hurt his leg. Oh, it is something that you already know that is not going to be happening in the future, okay? Because you have all the tools in order that that could happen or that could not happen. Okay, and it's coming tomorrow. Oh, you know that Anne is coming tomorrow because she already called you. She already has a ticket. She already has everything in order that could be happening, okay? Oh, is she? What time is she arriving? What time is she arriving? It's because she, as I was telling you, she already has the ticket. She already maybe is, she's already on the bus, traveling to Mexico, to Puebla, to wherever you are, okay? But it is something that is going to be happening because everything is already arranged. You are going to be making use of present continuous also, talking about future, when the time is nearly always given and is usually in the immediate future, okay? It is going to be a future that is going to be happening soon. Not maybe in 1 year, in 2 years, maybe 1, 2 months, okay? But the time is nearly always given. You already have the time, the hour, the schedule, and it is going to be happening. That situation is going to be happening in a nearly future, okay, in an immediate future. For example, he's playing in the concert tonight. You already know that the concert is going to be given. The concert is going to be it's almost a reality, okay? And it is going to be at night. It is not going to be in a year. It is going to be in an immediate future, okay? Maybe at afternoon, maybe tomorrow, maybe in a week, maybe in a month, okay? But it is going to be a near future. We are meeting him after the performance. As you can see, we are using here present continuous, but if I use this example, we are meeting him after the performance, is because it is going to be happening. It's because you already have an appointment, with him. After the concert, he already knows that he's going to be talking with you, okay? And you already know that finishing the concert, finishing the performance, you have an appointment with him and you are going to be talking with him. It is something for sure, and it is going to be in the immediate future, okay? Also, we are going to be making use of present continuous with future meaning when well, it is also possible to use going to plus infinitive in some specific kind of sentences. For example, what are you going to do tomorrow evening? Okay, remember that going to is for also for plans or predictions or when you have the evidences, okay? And I can answer to you, Tom is going to play tennis on Monday afternoon. Is going to play. It's also like the going to be. It's going to play tennis on Monday afternoon. It is something that is arranged, okay? You already have everything in order that could be happening. Please, going to ing, it's low, okay? You can say, I am going to play, I am going to sing, I am going to watch TV, I am going to, it's part of the future, okay? But you are not going to be using will to talk about something that you have already arranged, okay? Never ever please use will in order to talk about what you have arranged to do. Okay, will is not going to be for arrangements, okay? Remember when we are going to be using will. For example, what are you doing this evening? You cannot say, what will you do this evening? If it is something arranged, you are not going to be using will. If it is something like general, like, what will you do? For something that is not planned, okay, you can use will, okay? But if you're going to be asking about something that you believe that it is already arranged, please don't use never will, okay? Or for example, Alex is getting married next month. Oh, it is something that is arranged. Alex already have the church, the prize, his girlfriend who already has the white dress, the ceremony, everything is already organized, okay? If I say Alex is getting married next month, that is something for sure, that everything is already done, everything is ready. But if I say Alex will get married next month, remember that it's for your predictions, but without evidences, okay? It's like if you were looking at the future, he will get married in a year. Well, if you are not sure, if your heart is telling you that, it is possible that you use with. But for arrangements, never. For something that is already arranged, for something that is going to be happening because everything is prepared, everything is ready, you are not going to be using will, okay? Remember that will is more like, more with feelings, with more what I believe, with more what I think, with more what my experience, my beliefs, my experience used to tell me, okay? But for arrangements, you will not be using will. Okay, so if you are going to be using or talking with present continuous with a future meaning, you cannot use verbs which are not normally used in the continuous tenses. What is that? Okay, this kind of verbs should be put into the future tenses. For example, I am meeting him tonight. It is possible. I shall know tonight. They will be there tomorrow. This is possible. Yes, indeed. We are going to be using these kind of verbs. But for example, you cannot say to see. Okay, I am seeing him tomorrow. What does it mean, teacher? Okay, that I have an appointment with him. I am meeting him tomorrow. Okay. Ooh. So what is the situation? Well, another example. To be, well, no. Well, let me explain you this. To be can be used when it forms parts of passive verb. We are going to be talking about passive voice, okay? Our new piano is being delivered this afternoon. Nuestro nuevo piano está siendo entregado this afternoon. It is something for sure because you already called the company, the piano's company, and they already told you that they are going to be delivering your piano to this afternoon, maybe at 5, maybe at 6, but you are going to be having your piano tonight. Okay, today you are going to be having your piano. The main important situation here, or in few words, what I can explain you about this is that you cannot use present continuous with future meanings with verbs that in continuous tenses you don't use to add ing. For example, I am liking this burger. We don't used to say that. We used to say, I like burgers. I cannot say, I'm loving this guy. Oh, well, those, we are going to be having transitive and intransitive verbs. So with this kind of intransitive verbs, we are not going to be using ing, okay? I'm liking this, I'm loving this, I'm wanting to go to Canada. Well, no, we are not going to be using with this kind of verbs ing. No vamos a ponerle ing a verbos que generalmente no llevan ing, como el like, no decimos liking, o como love. Sí puedes decir I'm loving it. Oh, lo estoy amando, but it's a kind of strange, right? With all those verbs, we are not going to be using present continuous as a present continuous and as a future form or meaning. Well, no, okay. Well, those, repetí. I'm sorry. So, Well, I have another example, no? Let me tell you that that's the way we are going to be making use of present continuous as future with future meaning. But also we are going to be having the opportunity to use not now the present continuous, but the simple present with future meanings. Oh my goodness, really means yo solo me sabía el will y el going to. No, ¿qué crees? También vas a tener un ing. Future progressive, present continuous, and present simple or simple present are going to be used as future also. And this is super important that you know, because as I was telling you, you are going to be using it a lot, and most of the people or everybody's going to be using this, okay? Because it is part of our language, okay? It is going to be super useful, pretty necessary, and as it is pretty necessary, it is important that you know how to use it. You already know how to use simple present. You already know how to use present progressive or present continuous. Now we are going to be adding another meaning to those tenses that you already know. For example, the simple present is going to be used in different ways, but I'm going to be focusing on only two. We use the present simple when we are talking about timetables, programs, and so on, okay? That's when and that's where we are going to be using simple present with a future meaning. For example, for public transportation, for cinemas, for flights, for exams that have a specific schedule. That's when we are going to be using simple present as future. For example, what time does the film begin? Oh, what time does the film begin? It is not something that is happening here in this moment, or it's something that is going to be happening in a near future. Or for example, the train leaves Plymouth at 10:30 and arrives in London at 13 or 1:45 or 1:45. Okay, train leaves at 10:30. Train leaves Plymouth at 10:30 and arrives in London and 1:45. It is something that is going to be happening in the future, not in this moment, not in the as a present, like, it's happening. No. As you can see, if we read carefully, it is something that is going to be happening in the future, okay, in a near future. The football match starts at 8 o'clock. Oh, timetable. Programs, for example, ok. ¿A qué hora se empieza el partido? A las 8. Ah, bueno, pero es algo que todavía va a pasar, ¿no? Ahorita son las 6, a las 8 empieza, o sea, de mis 6 de la mañana a las 8 de la mañana, esas 8 de la mañana están todavía en el futuro, no están en un presente, ya que yo diga, ay, es un presente. No, esas 8 de la mañana, esas 8 de la noche, si yo estoy ahorita a las 5, 4, 6 de la mañana, que es mi presente, las 8 de la mañana va a ser mi futuro, un futuro cercano, algo que va a suceder, algo que va a pasar, pero aún no está pasando. That's why we use this simple present as future. Also, tomorrow is Wednesday. Oh, not today my present, tomorrow. Tomorrow, my future, that is going to be like my present in a day. Oh, that's when we are going to be using simple present. Okay, but there is an exception. We do not normally use present simple for personal arrangements, okay? What time are you meeting Anne? We are not going to say, at what time do you meet? And well, no, if you are going to be asking this as a present simple, yes, it is possible. But if you are going to be talking about arrangements, remember that will and simple present are not going to be for arrangements, okay? Only maybe going to and present progressive, okay? That is going to be the difference between present continuous and simple present in order to talk about future. Maybe you are asking me, yes, Miss, but what is the difference between present continuous and going to? They are pretty similar. Well, indeed, you are right. But let me tell you something. Present continuous is going to be for plans, for social arrangements, and for appointments. Okay, something when, sorry, something where or something when you already have everything in order to have that date or that situation. For example, for plans, we are getting married next month. Oh, you are getting married next month. If you say we are getting married next month, it's because you already have everything prepared. Okay, it's a plan where you already have everything in order to get it, okay? It is when you have everything, all the instruments that you are going to be using in order that that plan can be true. Also for social arrangements, for example, we are meeting at the cafe on Tuesday morning. You already called your best friend. You already have that date. You already have that appointment. And it is for sure that on Tuesday, on Tuesday morning, you are going to be meeting your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your best friend, okay? It is like a date. It is something that you say, yes, indeed, we are going to be doing it. Okay, it is something that it is going to be happening because maybe you already have the reservation of the hotel, okay, or of the cafe. And for appointments, she's seeing the dentist tomorrow. It is on his agenda or in her agenda. You already called the dentist. You already have that appointment. You already have the schedule. You already have the place. You are going to that appointment tomorrow because everything is ready for that, okay? That is where, in few words, we are going to be making use of present continuous with future meanings. And the difference with going to is that going to is going to be for intentions, okay? I am going to lose weight, okay? Because you already know that it is necessary, okay, for plans. But remember that going to is for plans that you have been playing. You have been planning before to mention it. I am going to learn French next semester. Okay, it is a plan that you have been planning for a long time before that you mentioned that plan. Will is going to be for plans that you are decided just on this minute. I will learn French next semester. Oh, yes, but it is something that you are deciding in this moment, no? I'm going to remember that that is going to be for plans that you are planning and thinking about it for a lot of time. Okay, and for predictions, remember that this is going to be for predictions, but for predictions that are based on evidence, remember that will is going to be for predictions without evidences, and going to is going to be for predictions but with evidence. Okay, for example, look at the clouds. It is going to rain. You have the evidence because you have the black clouds and you already know that it is going to be raining today. That is going to be the difference between predictions with will and predictions with going to. Oh, it will rain because it is March. Oh, well, on my experience on March, rain starts. But well, going to is when you are looking at something and you have the evidence in order to predict something. Oh, he's going to have an accident. He's driving sleeping. Oh, you have the evidence that something is going to be happening, okay? So remember, present continuous is in order with plans that where everything is already prepared. The plans for present continuous are going to are different. Plans in present continuous are plans where you already have everything, and plans with going to is they are going to be plans that you have been planning or you have been thinking about, okay? And that indeed, yes, you are going to try to make them true, but you don't have every single thing prepared, okay, in order to achieve that those plans. My table. Okay, remember, present continuous for social arrangement and appointments, something that is very sure, something that is for sure that is going to be happening because you have everything. And going to is going to be for intention, something that you do really want to be have or do or be, but you don't have everything prepared. Are for predictions with evidence, okay? Generally, present continuous is not going to be used for predictions because it is going to be used for something that is already prepared, okay? That you have everything in order that could be happening. And going to is going to be for predictions with evidences, intentions that you have, and for plans, but where you don't have everything, that you have been planning only, okay? So if you want, I can show you the main differences between each one. For example, will, going to, and present continuous. Remember, will for future beliefs, opinion, hopes, and predictions, spontaneous decision and promises, okay? Going to for plans, intentions, and predictions, and present continuous is going to be for plans, but plans when you already have everything, social arrangements and appointments. What is going to be the difference between predictions with will and predictions with going to? Oh, here you have it. It will probably rain tomorrow. I believe, I think so, I feel it in my heart, okay? That is my prediction, but on base of my experience. And my prediction with going to is, I think it is going to rain tomorrow. Maybe because you already have some evidences, you look for the forecast, weather, and you already have some clues that I'm going to be helping you in order to make that prediction, okay? Well, also, as I was telling you, will for predictions, we think something will happen, what I was telling you, okay? Instant decisions taken while speaking is like, oh yes, I love Cancun. Oh, you know what, we will travel to Cancun next year. Oh, I'm talking about that, and suddenly I'm deciding to do that. No, promises and refusals, offers, suggestions, and requests, what we were learning yesterday. No, going to for predictions, but when we see present when you have the evidence, what I was telling you, okay, for decisions that you are going to be taking before now, intentions or plans, something that you have been planning before, not in this moment, before, okay? Also, present continuous, remember, for plans, but what they are going, oh, well, they are arrangements that have been already made or appointments, okay? Also, present simple, remember, for timetable events, or for, it could be for future time clauses. For example, when, as soon as, I will retire when I am 70. Oh, for future clauses, when you are going to be using the word when, as soon as, until, till, that's when you are going to be using present simple. Or we are going to be having another kind of future that may or might, that are going to be modal verbs. I'm not going to explain you this in long in a lot of words, because we are going to be talking with or we are going to be working with modal verbs in our next class. But we are going to use may or might in order to talk about future possibilities. That is going to be the difference. These two modal verbs are going to be for future possibilities. Okay, for example, I might go to the party tomorrow. I'm not sure. Okay, as you can see, might or might are going to be pretty different from will, going to, present simple, and present continuous, because these are possibilities. Will is when you make predictions. For example, I think it will rain. Okay, you are like, for you, it's you are like sure about that. But may and might, it's only for possibilities that we are going to be having. Okay, till this moment, what do you think about the topic? Easy or difficult? Well, I believe that we are going to be practicing, because as I was telling you, it's an important topic that we are going to be using a lot. It is important that, as you know, in basic level, we already learn future, will, and going to, and that's it, no? Well, in this intermediate level, it is important that you already know that we already have, or that we have more kind of futures that indeed you are going to be learning and practicing, because in advanced level, oh my goodness, we are going to be having other kind of topic, tenses, grammatical structures, and so on. Well, I'm going to give you some exercises in order that you can practice. Please, 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 if you have any question with this topic, let me know. Tomorrow I will continue explaining this topic, and also we are going to start with some modal verbs that we are going to be having. Also, we are going to be talking about reported speech, passive voice, and conditionals. Something that is going to be great. Okay, I mean, you are going to be like experts on English. Okay, my beautiful students, it has been a pleasure to be today with you. Wish you a wonderful wish you a wonderful day. And first, God, I will see you tomorrow. Okay, if you have any question, any situation, let me know, and I'm going to be trying to help you in the best way. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for everything. Any situation, please let me know. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.